Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, also published on Rumble and on Patreon for X support and kind of updates and such. I usually go about on Twitter X. And yesterday, yesterday I did say that, and I did manage to publish the final episode of Firewatch. I completely forgot which day of the week it was. Again, today it's Friday. Usually it's I usually publish the gameplay series on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I completely forgot that yesterday was Thursday, and I did miss publishing this video on Wednesday. But yeah, the next series will start next week. Would be Planet of Lana, and I really did enjoy that game also. But in the meantime, there it is, the complete gameplay series. Firewatch will stay here a little bit more on the active gameplay series until afterwards. I will be putting it there here on the completed one. Sorry, but yeah, other than that, in terms of channel updates, I think that's it. Again, we'll see how it goes, especially in terms of the demo stuff. Again, I've been pretty busy. Didn't manage to do any more gameplay demos for that playlist. But yeah, let's go to the news. Similarly, it we might have a hint that the missing ROP stuff there might be also be affecting the laptop GPUs, even though NVIDIA says that it's not. It's all procedures, even though, sorry, it says it's normal procedures, even though they delayed the launch of the GPU, laptop GPU stuff there lineup that have any kind of NVIDIA. Again, I don't trust what they're saying here. Again, it's been a shitty launch. Yeah, they say they are not, but again, the leak that we have, that they learned from, this person learned from several notebook manufacturers. They are currently working overtime in the Far East to prevent the drama from escalating into the next act. NVIDIA has instructed manufacturers to inspect already produced notebooks with the new mobile GeForce RTX 5000 graphics chips. The focus is on GPUs where fewer ROPs are active than specified in the datasheet. This can lead up to potential significant losses in 3D performance. Again, we know the lower and the issue that is being having with the missing ROP stuff here is the when it happens, it's missing 8 ROPs. And of course, the lower or the weaker the GPU is, it has supposedly fewer ROPs. And if you miss 8 ROPs in the lower GPU, the performance that will have in terms of losses is bigger than on the higher tier GPUs there. Yeah, this comes from, again, publication Heiss, German publication. But yeah, I do wonder again. My default my default opinion is there is some issue with the manufacturing of RTX 5000 or Blackwell series GPUs, given that is laptops or not. That there was at least a batch of I don't know, hardware failure there on producing those GPUs that led to certain percentage of the overall manufactured GPUs to have this missing ROP situation here. And again, I'm not surprised that this happening also on laptop stuff there. But again, as usual, NVIDIA says it's not affected and it's standard procedure. Again, it's not standard procedure. You announce a launching date and then all of a sudden you're just delaying launching dates out of nowhere. Again, it's not normal procedure, as you might imagine. But yeah, we will see how this goes. Let's see if any of this laptop GPU stuff there gets through the cracks of these manufacturers trying to recheck every laptop to see if there is any missing ROPs on their discrete GPUs from those laptops. But yeah, until then, we'll have to take it as a default that there is some issue regarding manufacturing of these GPUs here. And then we got again the confirmation yesterday. I did cover the roundup reviews for the 9070 XT. There was also in the meantime the 9070 non-XT. Again, the situation on this GPU is the same thing that happened between the 9070. Sorry, 7900 XTX and the 7900 XT. Sorry, it's basically an upsell. Even though it's not a bad GPU, again, it's the price. The cut in price and the cut in performance doesn't match up. It should be priced around $500 if it is to maintain the same kind of price to performance thing there. But yeah, 9070 XT, if it is on MSRP, I think it's a pretty good deal given the GPU marketplace that there is at this moment. But we are also been seeing that there is still plenty of plenty of stock of the XT variant all over the place. I think on Europe the stock is a little bit lower than the United States. Again, goes in line the fact the United States usually the market is bigger. But yeah, it seems that this first batch of GPUs that are at MSRP, I think the upcoming stock, we might see some increasing on the prices, especially on the MSRP point. Hopefully not. Hopefully AMD can figure out a way of maintaining this MSRP of $600 on some of the GPUs models, even though again this is AIB stuff there, but usually they might want to leverage something there, because again these GPUs, if they're maintained in stock, I think we might see a huge market share gain from AMD, especially around this price range and performance wise. But then again, if you're really looking for a GPU, a cheap GPU, I think you might still find some good deals of previous generations. Again, even though the 9070 XT does perform pretty well, there is a huge uplift in performance in terms of ray tracing. But then again, at this kind of 70-ish class card performance, I don't think there's going to be huge leverage on utilizing ray tracing, even though in terms of from generation to generation, there is a huge uplift in terms of those ray tracing performance. I think the main thing here, especially with RDNA 4, is the FSR 4 and how it really does match at least the DLSS 4 CNN model from NVIDIA. The transform model still has an uplift in terms of image quality, but AMD did at its first iteration of the ML upscaling, so the AI upscaling, they did an excellent job for now. Again, for sure, it will improve. It's just a matter of implementation on the already launched games that support at this moment in time FSR 3.1. Again, it will be eventually, a lot of them will support at least FSR 4. And hopefully, again, we'll see some gains here from AMD, so they can start pressuring NVIDIA, or at least see if NVIDIA feels the pressure there and put their shit together. And I don't know, maybe in the refresh of the 5000 series, we see something better than we saw from the 5000 series now. There is also some rumors regarding probably super duper RX RDNA 4 better than the 9070 XT, but again, it's a lot of rumors and nothing official. But yeah, again, it's not easy. I think previous generation GPUs can still provide good deals if you find it at the right price. I don't think that NVIDIA, because NVIDIA stopped manufacturing a lot of high-end GPUs there, so they can, I don't know, inflate the prices of these new GPUs. But I think AMD still has, I think if you find it at a good price, again, the 7900 XT, I don't think it's going to be a good value if you can find the 9070 XT at the MSRP, because it performs relatively similar or similar enough that you can justify going for the 9070 instead of the 7900. But for example, if there is usually probably good deals on the 7800 XT, maybe supposedly the MSRP is supposedly around $500 or so. But yeah, again, it's not easy, but there is some options still. Um, again, we'll have to see how this will fare for the next upcoming weeks regarding the prices, especially on the RDNA 4. Hopefully, they can maintain the kind of at least one or two models from each manufacturer at MSRP with some pretty good enough stock, so they can start gaining and trying to put some pressure on NVIDIA on this GPU stuff there. In terms of other news, we got the Nacon Connect. Again, I completely forgot to check this one out, but I remember seeing that I was trying to get around and see this one. I did watch these trailers of the highlights here. We got a RoboCop Rogue CD. We got a kind of a DLC, from what I understand, Unfinished Business, which is basically climbing the Omnicorp the tower there. Then you can play also as Alex Murphy before he was transformed into RoboCop and such. Got a new Styx game. I remember seeing this Styx IP for a lot of years here. Again, but it never was one of those games that I usually played or got a lot of interest on playing with. But we're going to get a new game here. There is this Cthulhu, or I don't know how to pronounce here, the Cosmic Abyss. Seems an interesting setup, but again, it's just a CGI trailer. Not a lot to see here. We got this also a Cthulhu game or whatever, or Lovecraftian fantasy kind of a thing here, horror. But I think it's a co-op game, so it's not for me. But the one that I wanted to check out is Hell Evers Us. Again, got a little bit more on a sneak peek, especially on the investigation, which is one of the things that I got a little bit curious here. Basically, you don't have any kind of mini map or any kind of markers on anything. You have to pay attention while exploring the areas on this game. You have to go about and read the clues. If again, it's not mandatory for you to again, a lot of the stuff here in terms of investigation, I think it's for side stuff there. If you want to investigate some mysteries here, and I will assume get some upgrades, I don't know, from abilities or weapons or something like that. But to get a little bit more also of the lore of the game itself. But yeah, very interesting how you go about it. You have to read to read the data sheets, look for clues, pay attention to what characters say to you or NPCs say to you regarding when investigating something, because it might help you on the puzzle side of things and investigating um, the side quests. It's very interesting. Um, Again, the fact that they are not giving you any kind of list of step by step what you need to do and any kind of markers, it's very interesting. They will trust that the player will be able to think a little bit and try to get around and read the clues and go for the puzzles and all and solve the mysteries there. Then we got here a little bit of a technical kind of report of Rise of the Ronin. The game itself seemed interesting, what they're trying to aim here, but it seems the PC port is not good. Yeah, their Katana engine, it's not the greatest one. And it seems that even top of the line PC cannot handle that well in terms of frame rates. The configuration itself is 9800X 3D with a GeForce RTX 5090. Even though, again, in terms of options, seems pretty good, but in terms of performance, pretty bad. Again, they managed to over around 64 frames, and this seems to be, again, with the settings maxed out and with upscaling and frame generation in label. Again, this is not a good show here of in terms of PC performance here and optimization for sure, because lower end hardware for sure will struggle. And still, they noticed achieving this kind of frame rates with around 40% of the time. There was stuttering conditions while trying to play around with the game there, which is a shame. The game seems very interesting in terms of their gameplay mechanics. But yeah, the PC port doesn't seem to be pretty good. And from I understand, even KOEI TECMO on the PC ports in terms of support and trying to patch up stuff there, it's not they don't have a good track record. But yeah, hopefully they can go around and change this because the game seems pretty interesting. This even though it came up as exclusive on PlayStation. But yeah, even in terms of graphic fidelity, it's not that good. Seems a older game from 10 years ago. But yeah, the gameplay mechanics got some interesting stuff there happening. But other than that, it seems that the PC port is not that good at all. Then you got from Monster Hunter Wilds again. The thing continues again. The lack of optimization on the PC is not good. Plus the fact that you got the compound effect of the anti-tamper software. We all know that does really impact performance, and the fact that this game is not already fully optimized for PC. Again, we got a compounding effect there. But there seems to be some mod addressing, especially the stuttering issues, mainly caused by the anti-tamper tech. It is on Nexus mod, even though Nexus mod is embroiled in its own drama in a lot of mods here and there. But at this moment in time, is still like the mainstay for you to get the mods. I think I'm not sure if this mod can be found also on the Steam Workshop for the Monster Hunter Wilds page. There is nothing here mentioning on this article, but again, usually that integration with the workshop it's way easier. But yeah, it seems that this mod really does significantly reduces the microstructuring issues. Yeah, because mainly because the game's anti-tamper tech. I think it's the Nova. I'm not sure. It's always trying to scan stuff there, and I will assume, especially on the online mode. And it does really causes a lot of issues on the in terms of performance there. Um, again, hopefully we'll see. I don't know in the upcoming weeks. Um, better PC optimization. It's not that I lost interest in playing this game. Is again, for me to spend the money, the game has to be in a proper condition for me to play it. And at this moment in time, I'm not. I don't want to spend huge amount of times trying to figure out workarounds for me to have a bare bones experience of this game. Mainly because of the PC performance itself. Again, I'm pretty excited to see the gameplay mechanics and all those things of buffing the weapons and the armor stuff and hunting the monsters and all, interacting with everything that the game has to offer. But if I need to go through a painstaking process of having to deal with microstuttering and poorly PC performance, I really just prefer to wait until this issue is solved. That's at least my philosophy there. That's why sometimes I don't play all the games when they came out. I wait for a little bit when it's on a better shape, and then I will invest on that game there. Then last we got here the Occultist delayed to 2026. I remember seeing some trailers for this game. Um, Again, the problem with these trailers here is a lot of them are CGI. We don't see a lot of gameplay here. There is some snippets of gameplay here on the first-person side of things. Uh, Again, the concept seems okay, but this is a Daedalic Entertainment published game. Again, I'm not sure if it's going to have to be some good surprise or if we're going to have like a Golem game. But yeah, the setup again, it's horror games with some occult vibes to it. But yeah, this one was delayed to next year. Supposedly was to be launched this year. I don't know. I always like some good horror games when I pass through them. But yeah, this one was delayed. I'm not sure how this will end up. But yeah, it's a shame. But it seems a very interesting one on how the setup is made here. But yeah, in terms of news, this is what I got here for today. We got some gaming deals. We got Children Morta still on sale, 80% off. Ori, The Blind Forest, this is definitive edition, so it's like a remastered version. 80% off. Then we got the sequel, Will of the Wisp, 67% off. Oh, forgot about this one. We got the Atomic card, which is around 65% off, if not mistaken. Yeah, in all editions. Then we got System Shock Remake, 63% off. Again, you got a demo here if you want to try out. I will probably one of these days. Will again, when I have time, I will try out this demo here. We got again. I completely forgot to refresh the pages here to get this the thing here. We got Sekiro 50% off. It's a rare thing to see any kind of From Software game on a deal. But yeah, we got Sekiro 50% off. This is the GOTY edition, so it's got everything there. We got Liza P 40% off. We got Pacific Drive. The deluxe edition is also in 40% off. And then we got finally Planet of Lana 50% off. Again, this is a game that I'm going to present the gameplay series next one. And I really did enjoy this game. I really do recommend, especially at this price point. It's worth the experience there. But yeah, other than that, I'll wrap up here for today with a plug in my patent for extra support. The extra support is more in line for me to get around and get a better storage solution so that I can have backups of the stuff that I do with my clients. And of course, some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next one. So until then, I'm your master out.